Hi everyone and welcome to Pinay Amazon VA. Ang topic natin for today is how to reconcile deliveries. Ito yung mga deliveries from OA and wholesale. OA is online arbitrage. Reconciling deliveries is ensuring you receive complete, accurate, and free from defect units. So, ba't ba kailangan natin itong ma-check or ma-reconcile? So, syempre kasi, pagka may kulang, may iba, for example, you ordered color red and then ang receive mo color green. And for example, yung na-order mo is sira, may tagas, may punit, whatsoever, it will become an expense sa kay client pag hindi mo siya na-reconcile. So, if you order 10 units of, for example, Nike Air Women's 8 color green, dapat ang ma-receive mo din ay 10 units of Nike Air Women's color green. Okay? Para masabi mong accurate siya. So, how do we reconcile deliveries? Here are some of the common documents that you will be needing. Kailangan natin ng purchasing file, invoice or order confirmation, shipping confirmation, and the prep center file if you're using prep center services. For the purchasing file, may kanya-kanyang format per client, di ba? So, hindi ko na i-attach yung purchasing file na suggested ko. Kasi I'm sure bago tayo dumating kay client, meron na siyang ginagamit. So, usually, ang mga info na makikita natin sa purchasing file ay ang order date, supplier's name, item ordered, invoice number or the order number, quantity ordered, at ang column na received, kung ilan yung na-receive mo or ilan yung na-receive ni Prep Center. So, pwede tayong mag-add ng extra column for the notes kung saan ilalagay natin yung expected time of arrival or yung tinatawag natin na ETA. So, ito yung for example, ang promise time ni client, ang order mo will be delivered on Feb 1st. So, pwede mong ilagay doon ETA Feb 1. And then, other notes na makakatulong sa'yo sa pagmamonitor ng item na yon. Say, that order is, tawag dito, partial shipments. So, shipment 1 will be arriving on Feb 1st, and then shipment 2 will be arriving on Feb 3rd, mga ganon. Okay? For the invoice and order confirmation, so yung invoice, madaling humingi ng invoice if you're nasa Amazon UK market ka. Kasi the UK is requiring payment of VAT. That's why the suppliers are issuing invoice sa mga buyers nila. Okay? Or sa mga clients nila. While sa US market, they don't require VAT. That's why most of the suppliers don't issue an invoice. They only issue order confirmation through email. And then, so shipping confirmation, once may available na shipment date, si client or si courier, ini-email sa atin. And then, yung prep center file. So, may mga prep centers na ang ginagamit lang nila ay Excel or the Google Sheets. And merong prep center na gumagamit ng app. So, meron silang website kung saan streamlined yung processes. Doon na sila mag-update ng status ng orders natin. Okay? So, when checking purchasing file versus prep center file or the app, so if ordered is equal to received, so tally. If you ordered 10 units and the prep center received 10 units, so tally, walang problema. Pero what if received is less than or more than ordered? So, yung more than ordered, hindi naman to siya actually problema kasi syempre may plus kang na-receive. So, kahit wag mo na siyang i-reconcile, just inform the client now. For example, we received extra unit of this item, pero bihirang-bihira na may sumusobra. And then, dun sa kulang, is either kulang different or defective yung na-receive natin. So, doon tayo magkakaroon ng problema. Kailangan natin siyang ayusin. Okay? So, what to do? You can check the order number via email or website. So, sa example na to, checking order number through email. So, sa search bar ni email, lagay lang natin yung order number na na-receive natin from the supplier. And then, hit enter. And then, ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, it's an order from Victoria's Secret. Meron order confirmation and the shipment confirmation. Okay? So, sa shipment confirmation muna tayo. I'm sorry. So, ito, if you want to check the order status through the website, just go to the website ni supplier, sign in ka dito, and then check the order history ni client. Okay? Going back sa email confirmation, and then, so, ito na yung order number. So, this is a Victoria's Secret shipping confirmation. So, ito yung order number ni Victoria's Secret. Ito yung address ni client or address ni Prep Center if you're using Prep Center services. And then, ito yung sinasabi kong ETA, the estimated delivery time or estimated time of arrival. So, February 5th, ang deadline na binigay sa atin ni supplier. So, for example, you're using Prep Center and today is Feb 8 and hindi pa nag-update si Prep Center. So, before making follow-up kay supplier, we can ask Prep Center kung na-receive na ba nila tong order number na to. If they say wala pa sila na-receive, then we can proceed with the follow-up with the supplier. Okay? And then, ito yung tracking number and this is the tracking link. Clickable siya. Okay, so if we click this, so later papakita ko pala kung ano mangyayari pag kinlik natin yon. So this is the info, yung laman ng package na yon. So this is, it contains 6 units. So ito yung description ng in-order and ito yung color ng in-order ni client. So hindi ko pwedeng ipakita dahil syempre item ni client yan, confidential. Okay, so sorry. Doon sa first package, meron siyang 6 units. Okay? And then, ito naman yung pangalawang package. So, kung mapapansin nyo, itong order na to ay split delivery. So, nagkakaroon ng split delivery pagka ang package na in-order mo is madami, hindi kasya doon sa box ni courier, ini-split delivery siya ni courier. Okay? So, dalawa. It's either, minsan nakaka-receive kami ng order na hanggang 4. So, pag mga sapatos, usually, kasi medyo bulky siya. Okay? So, if we click this link, mag-direct tayo ito sa page na ito. So, yung order na yon, ang expected time niya is February 2nd. So, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, hanggang Feb 5. So, ito, ang pinapangako sa atin ni courier at ni supplier, madi-deliver sa atin yung item na in-order natin by Feb 2nd. Okay? And then, DHL yung gamit nila na courier. And then, ito yung tracking number. If we click this, ma-redirect naman tayo sa page na yan. So, sa shipment status, makikita natin na en route na siya. So, kumbaga, bumabiyahe na yung order natin. Papunta dun sa address na nilagay natin. And if we click this one, the details, so ayan, more detailed, okay, yung tracking history. So, makikita natin real time kung ano yung status at kung nasaan na ba yung parcel natin. So, di ba nakita natin kanina, dalawa yung, yung clickable link, dalawa yung track this package. So, yung laman ng second package is 5, 4, and 5. So, 14. And then yung kanina, 6. So, it's total to 20 units, di ba? If we are to check naman the order confirmation, so lagay lang din natin yung order number. And then, mapapansin natin ang in-order ni client ay 5, plus 5, 10, plus 5 plus 5, so 20. So, tally. Tally. Kumbaga, isi-ship ni supplier at ni courier yung 20 units na in-order ni client. Okay? So, if ever there's a discrepancy, we have to record, report, and follow up. So, sa recording, di ba nabanggit ko kanina, helpful pag meron tayong notes column dun sa purchasing file. Kasi nga, pwede natin dun ilagay yung nangyayari. For example, kulang ng 2 units. So, sabihin mo dun, follow up through email, 2 units of missing item, January 31. And then, after nun, kung hindi sumagot si supplier, pwede nating chat supplier, Feb 2. So, mga ganon. So, nakikita ni client at nakikita mo, monitor mo kung ano na yung progress nung reporting na ginagawa mo dun sa lacking delivery na yon. Okay? So, yun nga. We can contact the supplier through various ways. Una, through email. So, dun sa shipment confirmation or dun sa order confirmation, pwede tayong mag-reply to doon para at least yun na yung thread na gagamitin natin. Make sure lang na yung email address na re-replyan natin ay hindi read-only lang or hindi this inbox doesn't receive incoming emails. So, if ever ganun yung nangyari, pwede tayong pumunta sa website ni supplier, doon sa pinaka-bottom na page ng website ni supplier, we can check the contact us. So, usually may nakalagay doon na email address ni supplier kung saan tayo pwedeng mag-email ng ating mga concerns, or kung walang nakalagay na email address si supplier, meron silang contact us form. So, doon tayo mag-email, and then once we hit save or send, ma-receive na siya ni supplier. Malaman na yung ating issues. Okay? Another way is through chat. So, sa chat, syempre, may kausap tayo na customer service representative ni supplier. So, sasabihin natin doon kung ano ba yung naging problema, kung ano yung concerns natin. So, bago natin i-close yung chat box, make sure lang na ma-save natin yung transcript. At makahingi tayo ng case number dun sa kausap or ka-chat natin na customer service representative. So, yung case number, magagamit mo siya pag magpo-follow up ka. Kasi pagka wala kang case number, ikukwento mo ulit yung pangyayari. Kung ano ba yung kulang, ano yung naging problema, ano yung order number, ano yung pag-uusap nyo. Pero pag humingi ka ng case number, bibigay mo lang yun doon sa kausap mo ngayon or na time na nag-follow up ka, and then mapupull out niya na yung history ng case number na yon. So, hindi mo na kailangan ulitin. Okay? Ngayon, kung halimbawa, after mo i-exit yung chat nyo, walang nakalagay na, I'm sorry, after nyo i-end yung chat nyo, wala kang makitang option na download or save transcript. Bago mo i-close yung chat window, make sure na ma-screenshot nyo yung pinag-usapan nyo. Para at least may reference ka. Pwede mong ipakita kay client na you made a follow-up through chat and ito yung pag-uusap nyo ni customer service representative ni supplier. Another way is to call their customer care. So, kung allowed ka naman ni client na tumawag ng supplier to report an issue, then you can do so. Okay? So, meron namang WhatsApp at may Viber usually para makontak natin si supplier. Okay? So, yung mga pag-uusap nyo na yun, yung mga important details, the gist, pwede natin i-record dun sa notes column dun sa ating purchasing sheet. Okay? And then, we can allow at least 2 days when making follow-ups. So, usually kasi sa overseas, business days yung pina-follow nila. Okay? So, they usually don't respond during holidays and Saturdays and Sundays. Okay? Tapos, before reporting, be ready with the following info. So, the order number, kasi hihingi nila yon, shipping and billing address. So, ito kasi ginagamit nila for verification purposes. And then, the case number if you're making follow-ups. So, thank you for watching. I hope may natutunan kayo. Please support our channel by sharing, liking, and subscribing. Thank you once again and see you sa ating next video. Bye!